Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If Gemini is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Gemini, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Six of Pentacles. You are in store for some great success. This is the card of the light at the end of the tunnel. This is the card that says after a long struggle, after a lot of hard work, things are going to pay off for you. Okay? And you're somebody that, you're a very generous person. You know, I think when you get, when you achieve anything in life, when you accomplish something, I feel like you really like to share it with others. You like to make others feel included. I think you're somebody that doesn't always like to take credit for everything, that it's kind of like, no, it wasn't me, it was the team, you know. I want to see what this success is, okay? I want to see where it's coming from and where it's going. What is the light at the end of your tunnel, okay? And who is there with you? All right. Sometimes this card is talking about a team effort. We might be involved in a group. It could be a family, friends. It doesn't have to be financial. Maybe you're retired. Maybe you're in school. This is light at the end. Okay? Let's see why we might need light at the end of our tunnel. We've got a Prince of Cups, a Knight of Pentacles, the Adjustment card, a Six of Swords, and we've got a Knight of Cups. This is nice. Four of Swords, okay. For a Two of Cups, yes. We've got, now this is cool because now this is a Prince of Swords, and the princes are always talking about efforts that are taking place right here, right now. The Knights, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, they're looking at the future. Okay. So this is a situation that you're accomplishing right now, and I think that it is it's leading you toward the future that you want. Okay. Let's keep going. Final card, Seven of Cups. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think I'm starting to see what's kind of going on here. You are focused in the present moment, okay? And what you don't want right now is to change course, to change plans, okay? You've got to keep doing what you're doing now. Don't change plans. When this current situation is done, when you've accomplished this, then we look into the future and we see how this achievement, right? This Six of Pentacles achievement is giving you a pathway toward everything that you want. Okay? And we get over here, we have a Four of Swords, Two of Cups, kind of saying slow down and enjoy it. Slow down and connect with your purpose, right? And before you make your next move. Okay? Because there are some pitfalls ahead. Okay, Seven of Cups, not that bad. I think it's really, it's kind of like you're getting this great success. It has the potential to sort of cloud your vision. It has the possibility of clouding what you are truly after in life. Okay, we might sort of get distracted by other things that we sort of want, and we might get off track from our real purpose. Okay. But I think this is very, very good. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right here with our little sea turtle friend. We still need a name for our little sea turtle friend. If you want to suggest something, put it in the comments. If you have a prediction for that card, put that in the comments as well. Let's do it together, okay? That card is going to sort of tie everything together at the end and give us our conclusion, give us our confirmation. Yeah. All right, this is interesting. As we look around the room, I really feel that the success of this current situation is allowing you to follow your heart, right? It's allowing you to really pursue those things that you truly desire. We're looking at this future happiness that is just, I mean, both of the knights are looking at the future. The Knight of Pentacles looks at, of course, the Ten of Pentacles. The Knight of Cups looks at the Ten of Cups. Hopefully one of these will be underneath our little sea turtle friend. But if we get sort of misdirected, we may end up with a Seven of Cups, right? And Seven of Cups, really, it's not even saying that it's a misdirection. It's kind of saying, don't sell yourself short. You get to the Seven of Cups, this may look like paradise. This may look nice. No, you're meant to push past that to get to the real glory, right? The Seven of Cups is something that may look like the goal. That's not. It's like it's a second place prize. It's a consolation prize, right? It's kind of your, and we have a tendency to get stuck there. The Seven of Cups, I know I'm kind of starting backwards here. The Seven of Cups is, it is a goal that is good enough. It's where I think most people end up. You know, it's successful. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good. It's the satisfaction of a lot of our desires, okay? It's not a Ten of Cups. It's not your perfect, happy, dream come true life. It's almost as if we've compromised on the dream a little bit. And we kind of just said, well, you know what, it's pretty good here. I'm going to stay here instead of pushing on the next phase of the journey. You want that perfect 10. You get the 7, and it's sort of, it makes us feel like, hey, this is pretty good. I shot for the stars and I hit the moon. That's all right. Okay. So it's not a bad card by any means, but I think it is a little bit imbalanced. It is a little bit dissatisfying, and I think, I mean, look at the card. Look at the illustration. Okay. At one point, this may seem like it was good enough, but then I think over time, it starts to decay. This isn't that perfect dream come true level 10 success. It's something that is satisfying temporarily, okay? But eventually you're going to wake up and you're going to say, what am I doing? I got to go. I got more path left. You know, I've got a couple more steps until I really get there. All right. So be ready. I think that this reading is preparing you for some really great progress now. I mean, Six of Pentacles, Six of Swords, a lot of success. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Don't get distracted thinking this is that light, okay? I think Spirit's trying to prepare you for what's coming next. And the next thing for you is going to be arriving at that Seven of Cups, kind of a plateau, that we're on this plateau, we're thinking it's the top of the mountain, but it's not. Okay, and I think it's going to be okay right here for a while. There's going to come a point where you realize this isn't enough. This isn't good enough. It doesn't. There's more to it. Okay. Anyway, looking around the room, we've got our major arcana: the Judgment, the Adjustment or Justice card, the Libra energy. Okay, this is a card of discernment. This is a card of karma. It's a card of sort of weighing the options. Right? I think that this is, it's the only major arcana, so this seems like it's a real focal point for you. The sort of weighing maybe the risk reward. And I think this is something that you have always been very good at. I mean, you're a Gemini, so you and Libra are kind of like this anyway. I think you have an ability to see both sides of things. To look at different angles. This is the card of doing that and then sort of judging those different angles and thinking, okay, I could go all the way to the summit of the mountain, or I can just turn back now and say, well, I got to the highest plateau, it's good enough. You know, is it worth continuing on? Or am I okay with this achievement, this great achievement, wonderful, high-level achievement, but it wasn't the summit? Okay? And this, I think, is going to be the difficult thing for you. That's why this is the only major arcana card. This is your karmic lesson right now. When you get to that Seven of Cups, there's going to be part of you that says, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I'm okay with just staying here. You know, I'm okay with that achievement. But there's going to be that other side of you. We're going to be torn, I think. Okay? Get ready for that. Get ready for that moment where it's just, do you stay here in what is a wonderful place? Or can you see that in a length of time, eventually, the sweetness is going to decay. What feels good now is going to stop feeling good. Okay? And maybe it's your ability to recognize when that moment comes and to be able to say, okay, you know, that's my cue. That's when I know I've got to get up and push the last couple steps. How many years go by in between those phases, you know? Seven of Cups, sometimes a lot. Sometimes it takes us an awful long time to recognize that something has lost its luster. Okay? I think that's your karmic sort of challenge right now, or whenever we feel like we are at that seven. And I don't know, maybe that's kind of what we're doing here with this Six of Pentacles. The six is the perfect sweetness. The six is that light at the end of the tunnel. You've made it. You've accomplished your thing. Your plan has succeeded, right? But then we kind of have this air energy that builds up, or this water energy that builds up, the air energy that builds up. And the seven is then we're off balance. The six is right in the middle. The fives are when you're struggling to get up. The sixes are that perfect sweet spot. The sevens are kind of saying, it's overripe. Things are starting to decay. Things feel off balance now. Something doesn't feel right. I got a little queasiness, you know. And usually it's a gut feeling. We've got to continue. We've got to go on. We've got to get to the 8, the 9, finally the 10. It seems like a bit of a hero's journey, you know. Getting to that sweet, just like the end of a movie, you know, where they've defeated the monster. Everybody's celebrating, yay. But then, the last 10 minutes of the movie, and you can look, there's still 15 minutes of the movie left. What's going to happen? There's going to be another challenge, right? It's not over yet. Right? So we celebrate, and it feels good, but then there's always a clue. There's always that gut feeling or something. And as the audience, we can kind of tell, right? Something's going to happen. There's something more here. That wasn't the end. And then, of course, our perfect six, harmony, beauty, starts to decay. Right? And something now is overripe. And we've got to do something about it. We can try to rewind and stay in our six, or we can understand that we've got to continue forward to get that perfect 10, right? To get that ultimate success. So, right now we don't have any fire. Right now we've got water, 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 water. We've got air, air, and air. We've got earth and earth. So it's fairly balanced. I think there's a heavy emphasis on the water and the air energy, you know. It's not so much about the physical details of this, but if this is the light at the end of the tunnel, Well, when you get to a harmonious place, you're going to think, oh, thank the heavens, I've made it. I don't ever want to leave this. I don't ever want to go and do anything more. I don't need anything else. This is it for me. This is my forever place. You know, when we're struggling for a long time, we get a good day and we think, this is the perfect day. I don't want anything to change. A couple days go by, we think, I'm ready for a change. You know, when you're struggling for a long time to find a job, you finally find one. Doesn't matter what it is. I found one. I'm here. Oh, great. I'm going to stay at this company forever. This is the perfect job. I love it. And I never want anything else. That's the feeling we get, right? Give it a couple days, give it a couple weeks. You start thinking, if I could achieve that, I could achieve more. And we start to feel like this isn't really as good. It's kind of like that honeymoon period wears off, you know. Same thing about buying a house or renting an apartment or buying a car. Okay, that we're so in need of that thing, that situation, that resource, that accomplishment, that what we do achieve, what we do get, we think it's it. That's the one, right? There's a slight possibility, more than slight, that we're talking about human relationships here, okay? And we got the Two of Cups in the environment, you know. So we could be talking about getting into romantic relationships, trying to find our soulmate, trying to find the one, okay? And what is this? Prince of Cups. Could be a Scorpio person. Could be talking Scorpio here. This is an energy, this is how you feel right now. Okay? You've heard that phrase, you know, this isn't Mr. Right, this is Mr. Right Now. Not gender specific, but this is a card that's operating in the present. This is how you feel now. This is what is working for you now. This is what is harmonious and feels right. This is what is successful now. Maybe we're talking about a business thing. Yeah, this is a system that works right now. I feel good about this right now. But if we start to think that this is never going to change, we're asking for trouble. Okay? But anyway, I don't want to take away from the success that this really does have. And the only reason I'm talking this way is because we've got that Seven of Cups at the end. We have to be ready for the day. Spirit's trying to prepare you. As good as this feels now. I mean, this is a Six of Swords to Six of Pentacles. Everything is going according to plan. Everything is perfectly in harmony. You feel so good about this right now. Okay? Spirit's saying, stop, enjoy the moment. Yes. This is big success, whether it's financial, something at school, I don't know if you're retired, if this is a relationship, whatever it is. It feels beautiful, feels harmonious, and you, with the fixed water energy, you feel good about this right now, and you feel like this is the one, this is it, this is the thing. This is perfect harmony. Okay? And then, of course, we have these two cards that are looking at the future. The Knight of Pentacles is looking at the future situation. In this situation that feels so good right now, when you gaze into the future, where do you see yourself? Try to look 5 or 10 years down the road, or whatever, a month, maybe, I don't know, a year. Where are you? Who are you? What are you doing? Who's with you? Right? What are the details? What does that picture look like? Visually, what does it sound like? What does it taste like, feel like, smell like? You know, try to create those details. Do you see yourself there? Is this resonating with this Six of Pentacles that you have now, with this thing that you feel so strongly about right now? How does it look in a year or even a month? Okay? But more than that, we got the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is looking at the future too. How does it feel emotionally? Okay? And this is where the real work comes down, because maybe in a very practical way, yeah, I could see, I'm here in this job, I like it, I'm sort of working my way up, it's paying the bills, everything in my life, looks good as far as the material world, the sensory things, the impressions coming in, I can see it happening, yeah. But how do you feel about it? Really ask yourself. Really know yourself. Are you going to be in love with this in a year, in 5 years, 10 years? If you want that 10 of Cups, that perfect, happily ever after dream come true life, whether we're talking romance or just the fulfillment of your purpose, you've got to know yourself. You've got to be ready for that 7 of Cups to happen, where we get a little bit off balance. We want those 6s, those best days. The 6s are the happiest day of your life, the best day of your life. You got to be ready for the 7, right? That's what life is. The life is us working toward the 6, right? Trying to achieve that harmony. Sometimes falling out of phase with it. We fall out of harmony, we bring it back. It's like a meditation. It's like when you're trying to sit in your meditative posture and your body just sort of keeps leaning. You just kind of maintain your balance. Or you're doing the breath concentration, or you're trying to meditate. Your mind wanders, you bring it back. It wanders again, you bring it back. That's the work, right? The work is about achieving these moments of harmony and clarity and beauty and love and connection, these 6s, right? So you've got to be ready for the 7. Otherwise, the 7 is going to really knock you for a loop. If you're not ready for it, you'll get that 7 of Cups and you'll think, well, I've got to make some big change in life. I got to get out of this relationship. I got to quit the job. I've got to, it's obviously not right for me. Maybe that's true, maybe not. Okay? Maybe not. The Knight of Cups is looking at that future, and if we're looking at the 10 of Cups, the 7's in there too. And we know that part of this phase is that phase where you sort of fall out of love with the thing, where there's just disharmony. And maybe the disharmony means, hey, I've got to move on, I've got to keep going, I've got to push further. Maybe the 7 of Cups is saying, I need to make some sort of changes to get that harmony back. Okay. And right now we've got that 6 of Swords, and so you're not thinking about any sort of different plans. You're thinking, I've already got the blueprint, the plan's already working, I don't need to make any changes. Everything's perfect the way it is. That's why we don't want this air card over here. Because this is a Prince of Swords, this is us in the present actively tinkering with the plan. And you just say, no, I don't need to, the system is perfect the way it is. I don't need to change anything. It's working flawlessly right now. Well, until one day it's not, But that's going to take us over to the path of the Serpent. And as we talk about these cards, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It does not cost anything. It supports the channel. I appreciate that. I have another channel, Dove and Serpent Bedtime Stories. Go check that out too. Your general energy is the 4 of Swords. Anytime we see a 4, we start looking for the 5. I think it's this eventually a growing feeling that something does need to change, that things have become too stagnant or too predictable, or that plan now you realize that, yeah, it's the perfect plan, but it's too small. It's too limited. We need to grow. If this is a business thing, a romance, if it is a creative endeavor, if it's the sense of your purpose and your destiny in life. The 4 is one of those cards that just say, things are good but not great, that they could be better, but I don't know what to do to bring that about. I need to start thinking about it. I need to start imagining other scenarios. I need to start tinkering in my head with different ideas. I've got to try to think of some other plans, some other possible courses of action. This isn't the card of action. It's the card of realizing we need to start thinking about different courses of action. Okay? So it's here that we realize we need the Prince of Swords. Now we've got to engage the mind. We realize that we are either moving past the 7 of Cups or we're going to find a way to bring things back to the sixes, bring things back to harmony. So in other words, we could look at it like, do you fix it? If you have a car, let's say, my wife and I, we've had a really old car, 2007 Honda Fit, right? And it has about 300-something thousand miles on it now, and it's starting to fall apart a little bit. But it's always a matter of, do we fix it if something stops sort of working right? Radiate transmission. Oh, God, don't get me started on transmission. It starts to sort of act up a little bit. Is it worth fixing it? Restoring things back to that 6? Or is it maybe smarter to take that 7 of cups, go to the 8 to get the 9 and the 10? Will we sort of head towards something better if we let go of this current thing? If we accept the 7 and the 8 of cups to get to that 9 and 10 of cups, right? And the 7 and 8 of cups aren't very fun, okay? Or it says just, let's just fix it. Let's put a Band-Aid on it. We'll get back to the 6. But we know that 6 is not going to last forever. Eventually, we're going to be into the 7 again. And maybe the 7 is going to be a little bit more sticky next time. It's going to be harder to get back to the 6. Maybe that 7 is going to say, there's really no way of fixing it this time. I've got to go through the 8, which is sort of the 8 is the effort to detach ourselves from the situation. Whether it's a car or a relationship or a sense of purpose or your sort of current state of affairs, whatever it is. Because what you're really going after is that pure, true love. Okay? We've got that 2 of cups here, and the 2 of cups is love. And we could be talking romantic love, but this is the glue that holds everything together, right? So when we've got that 6 of anything, 6 of pentacles here, that situation that is just flawless, perfect, everything's working out great, we love it, and our love is holding it together. And when we sort of are starting to feel that things are decaying a little bit, the transmission's starting to go out, the radiator's leaking, and it's burning some oil, that love is going to either help me glue everything back together, right? Put some duct tape on it. Or that love is going to say, look, my ultimate purpose is to have safe and reliable transportation for me and my family. So sometimes the real act of love is to let something go, right? Because it's kind of saying, well, we can keep putting Band-Aids on it, but it's not fixing anything. And eventually the duct tape just ain't going to work anymore. So it really is truly that act of love that that is helping you make your decisions. Okay? And that's what we're putting in the adjustment card. And those scales, those cups there of the scales, we're putting love in there on both sides. Does love mean I fix it? Does love mean I let it go and move through the process of separating myself, unsticking myself in that 7 of cups? Because see, the 7 of cups becomes an 8. The 8 of cups is you kind of separating yourself, walking away from something, getting to the 9, getting to the 10. In other words, are things going to be better if I fix it and stay here? Or will things be better? Will there be more love? Will there be more connection? Will there be more success or whatever it is if I move past this? Okay, and the air cards here are kind of saying that we're going to have to start making these considerations because the 7 of cups, be ready. The Spirit's trying to prepare you for that. That moment when something doesn't feel right. It feels off-balanced. It feels that something is sort of breaking down a little bit or whatever. Depends on your situation. When you get that 7 of cups, we're going to have to kind of know what to do. Is this a situation where we want to have a plan ahead of time? You're in a relationship, you're already planning what to do when that relationship goes sour? I mean, maybe not. If it's a car, yeah, I think we need to have a plan. When this car finally does take a take a you-know-what, what are we going to do? Let's say the transmission goes out in 6 months. Do we fix it? Or do we get rid of it and, are we going to buy a new car? Can we afford it? What kind of car can we afford, So in some situations, yeah, you want to figure out the plan now. But if it's a relationship, then having a contingency or a plan B is a good idea, but, it maybe is a little bit more nuanced when we're talking about these interpersonal relationships. Let's look at our mystery card. It's going to be an 8 of Cups. Maybe. Maybe an 8 of Cups. If you have a prediction, by all means, put it in the comments. Just announce what you want it to be. Maybe we want it to be a 6 of Cups, We just want to say, well, we got a long time to wait before anything goes out. It's still relatively new. It's healthy. We're going to keep maintaining it so it stays healthy for a long time. Yeah. Maybe that's part of the idea here too. In some of these cards, maybe we can say it's all about maintenance, right? Maintaining this, working on this situation or this relationship so that it can stay 6 of Pentacles as long as possible. That's an act of love too, right? And maybe the 4 of Swords is kind of saying, yeah, you know what, I'm willing to compromise, I'm willing to sacrifice, I'm willing to work hard in order to maintain something so that I don't have to make that choice of whether to put a Band-Aid on it and fix it. It's kind of like you change the oil in your car and you do all the maintenance and stuff, spark plugs, tune-ups and whatever, so that you don't have any major repairs down the road. Eventually the car is going to wear out. They all do. Ours is lasting a long time. There's been some repairs done on it, but I've changed the oil, all the time, every month really, to try to prolong the inevitable. It's basically what we're doing, right? And we could convert this over to something, about our own health and well-being, that we may feel as if we are perfectly healthy right now, so I don't need to do anything. What I'm doing now is working. Well, let's continue to work hard to maintain our health so that we can slow down the inevitable. Okay? Spirit's trying to prepare you. Let's look at the mystery card. Here we go. Ace of Wands. The first bit of fire energy that we have, and I think that this is sort of a wake-up. This is the card that says, wow, okay, now I'm looking at all this stuff. So if Spirit's trying to prepare you, wants you to be ready, I think this is saying, wow, yeah, okay, I got to start doing this stuff, thinking about this stuff and feeling my way through it and get a plan sort of, together. This is consciousness. This is awareness. This is a proactive, intentional energy. What is your purpose? What is your will? Whatever that answer is, you can apply all the rest of this energy to it, and that'll give you your answer. You got to know what your goal is, what your intention is. Because sometimes this card is about the summit of the mountain. It's an ace, right? It's a 1. It's kind of like the further we get on this journey, the further up the mountain we get, our choices get more and more narrow, right? The room for mistakes gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Okay? So when we're down here at the bottom of the mountain, a lot of ideas, a lot of choices. We can have a lot of different plans, but then as things progress, it's kind of like a lot of plans, a lot of ideas don't apply anymore until we get to the very top whether it's either yes or no. It becomes a binary sort of question. There aren't a lot of options, right? So I think this is your awareness. This is you being conscious of this fact, of this energy, and starting to prepare for what's coming next. Okay? We're going to do an extended reading. That's coming next. If you want to stick around for that, and I think you should, there is a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Gemini Mondays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. Also subscribe to Dove and Serpent Bedtime Stories. My wife's got her channel, Ula Tea Leaf Readings. You can subscribe over there if you wish. We greatly appreciate all of you. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.